その瞬間
4 years. 4 long years. At least for me. It's been far longer for other fans, but for me, ironically, the exact same amount of time as the time skip in the anime. I've waited 4 years for Eremika to become officially canon. I dedicated my channel around this ship for the past 4 years of my life, and after all that waiting, how does it finally feel for it to happen? Well, in typical Attack on Titan fashion, things don't end quite how you'd expect or want it to. Eremika's conclusion is sadly no exception. This entire chapter was just a roller coaster of emotions, and because there was so much to unpack, it took me a while to even decide how I was going to address this. My recent Attack on Titan burnout only added to the delay, especially since I've become far more passionate about Red Dead Online and ASMR content. I even considered waiting to talk about this until the final chapter releases next month. But alas, I woke up one day recently and it just hit me. I need to make a video about this. Now, obviously, there will be doubters who believe this chapter doesn't make Eremika canon due to the number of technicalities, and in some aspects, they're correct. But hear me out. Yes, from what we know as of now, Eren is dead, and all those feelings here seem to be purely Mikasa's point of view, and not Eren's. However, I wanted to properly decode this entire daydream Mikasa experiences, and use it to prove that this entire chapter indeed proves not only does Eren share mutual feelings with Mikasa, and not only did they have the chance to make their life together a reality, but Eren wanted that just as much as Mikasa. Before we jump into the main topic, I did want to throw this out there. Apparently, people are now calling Mikasa a necrophiliac on Twitter. And this is exactly why I left that platform over a year ago. It's truly where the toxic side of this fandom shines. Just to clarify, and I can't believe I need to clarify this, Mikasa is not a necrophiliac. Yes, she kissed Eren after she beheaded him, but it was meant as a goodbye kiss to a loved one she was forced to slay. Not to get personal, but when my mother died of ovarian cancer back in 2019, me and my sister obviously kissed her forehead moments after she passed as a goodbye. Does that make me and my sister necrophiliacs? I'm genuinely asking, Twitter. I truly want to see just how far you're going to push your stupidity to prove a point. I think I've made my point, though. The argument people are making about Mikasa kissing Eren's head is absolute ludicrous, and shows the type of people, sadly, in this fandom. With that out of the way, let's actually talk about the chapter. This actually isn't the first time we've seen Mikasa envision a different future. We see it for the first time in the Lost Girls OVA. I think all of this confirms Mikasa, while she may not know the term for it, is a firm believer in the butterfly effect. She's able to see a world where if she, and people surrounding her, made drastically different choices, things would turn out differently. You could even make the argument that this isn't just a daydream, but an actual vision. That this is an ability Mikasa has, which could be Ackerman related or not. That's just a theory, though. In this vision, Mikasa sees a future where if she had admitted her feelings to Eren, she and him would have been able to run away from it all, and live the rest of Eren's short life out peacefully, just the two of them. While it's not outright stated, it's incredibly obvious in this vision Eren and Mikasa are a couple, possibly married even. They behave in a way similar to Mikasa's parents. But what makes this scene truly important are two main elements. One, it takes up a good half of the chapter. Meaning, unlike Jean's single-page daydream reflecting what he had wanted, this is clearly something important that Hajime is trying to prove to the fandom. Prove that yes, Eren and Mikasa's relationship is a vital, important part to the story, and even the ending. It's not just a ship, it's something canon enough where Hajime felt it necessary to dedicate a whole chapter to them, and even their first and last kiss. The second element is the callback to the panel from chapter 123. It's clearly showing this panel to reflect this is where their path would have changed, but it's also confirming why Eren asked Mikasa what her feelings were in the first place. It pretty much confirms what I said in the past. The whole point of that conversation between Eren and Mikasa was Eren's last hope. It was the final thing that could have prevented Eren from going down the dark, demonic path of destruction and genocide. Running away with Mikasa would have been his only and last way out, because running away with her would have started their relationship. Eren would have a new purpose. He would have a wife that he cares deeply about, and with those feelings realized, his priorities would have changed drastically. But when Mikasa was too flustered to confess her feelings, Eren lost all hope. He realized that she wasn't ready and didn't want to force her to run away with him. Which, when you think about it, reflects that when he told Mikasa he's always hated her, is a complete lie. Because what he did was actually an attempt to spare Mikasa and give her true freedom from him and from this life she's followed him into. I believe in the end, though, both Eren and Mikasa wanted this life that Mikasa envisions. This was their true freedom that they longed for, and it's a beautiful moment. Lastly, I want to discuss the final page of this chapter. Eren and Mikasa's first, and very possibly last kiss. The panel is beautiful in the darkest of ways, and truth be told, when I first saw it, I didn't even notice Eren was beheaded first glance. No joke, guys. I was visiting my girlfriend the day this chapter dropped, and I freaked out when I noticed the blood gushing out of Eren's neck. As startling as that was, it's still a beautiful yet bittersweet moment. But perhaps most interesting about this final page is actually Amir, as she stands close by and smiles at the two. This has led to many fans speculating that maybe Amir will somehow give Eren a final chance to live. Considering the amount of times Eren has quote unquote died in this anime, I really don't believe he's dead yet. Even with just one more chapter left, the possibility for a happy ending is actually still there. With all that said, and despite my burnout, I did really enjoy this chapter, and I've been enjoying all the recent chapters thus far. This entire climax has honestly been some of the best stuff we've ever seen come out of the manga, and I am beyond excited to see it all animated. That's all I got for you now, guys. We'll be going back to ASMR and compilation content for the rest of the month, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next month for Attack on Titan's conclusion.